the element associated to HTML table layout. We have size, spanning, alignment, and color.
B, sir.
B.
B, sir.
B, sir.
The answer is A. We don't specify the size, but we can column span, row span. We can align top, V-align top, center, or bottom. We can align left, right, or center. We can change the color of the cell. Can we not? But
Yes,
we cannot specify the size. Which of the following is the smallest size heading? A, B, C, or D?
B.
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 There you go. Everyone gets the correct answer. Marquee is a tag in HTML to do what? Mark the list of items to maintain the queue. We never cover this. Mark the text so that it is hidden in the browser. Display the text with scrolling effect. None of the above. If you were to basically try to answer without knowing it. More than likely, you will look up for the answer on the internet, isn't it?
Yes,
Even
sir.
if it was a test. But the correct answer is C. Display text with scrolling effect. That's a marquee. Which attribute is used with img tag to display the text if the image could not load in a browser?
C, sir.
C is the correct answer. Oh, by the way, Imran, let's see.
Yeah.
You did not sign up for the class attendance just now, have you?
In the future, sir.
Yes, in your future.
But it didn't have.
Yes, it's there now.
Oh.
It's there now.
So
Yes,
do
sir.
we need sign in attending both from the form attendance and your future, or just one of them
Only in your future.
in future? Okay.
Only in your future unless I mention otherwise. If your future is not reachable, then we have to resort to the one in the classroom. Okay?
Okay, sir.
But otherwise, always only your future. Choose the correct HTML code to create an email link. Which one is it? A, B, C, or D?
B, sir.
What about the rest?
My answer is A.
Any other answers?
A as well.
The correct answer is B. Okay? The correct answer is B. Now, this is something that we learned last week. Which is the correct tag to create a numeral list? A, B, C, or D?
B.
A.
Okay. Some say A, some say B. When you want to use a numeral list, is it ordered or unordered?
Ordered.
Ordered kan?
Ordered.
So, what is the tag for ordered list?
B.
B.
B, OL for ordered list. Right?
Alright, sir.
Why should all elements in HTML form be encapsulated within the form opening and closing form markup text? Why should all the elements be encapsulated? A, the elements will be saved in HTML form. B, the elements will be sent to the server. C, the elements will be processed in real time. Or D, all of the above.
A.
My question is, my answer is A.
Any other different answers?
A, sir.
Since we encapsulate everything within form, we want to send to the server. So the answer should be B. Okay? Now, this is on the first chapter. Which of the following protocols is used to transfer file from a client computer to a server over TCP/IP connection?
A, sir.
Is it A? Any other different answers?
A as well.
A.
Notice, what does it do? Transfer file. So, file transfer protocol. Okay? File transfer protocol. As much as you can use HTTP nowadays, but file transfer, if the question says file transfer, you have to go with D, because D is file transfer protocol. What is SMTP? Simple mail transfer protocol. What does it do? Sending mails. HTTP stands for hypertext transfer protocol. What do you send? Hypertext, the one that we create, website, for example. Yeah, those markup HTML text. That's using HTTP. All right, we haven't done that. Not PHP. Nope. We'll dig into PHP later in the Can we work on this question? Yeah, I want you to create a HTML file to display something like this.
Okay. So, only this much I have done.
My advice is not to use this. Huh?
I-
So when I see this, my advice is don't ever use Notepad. Always go either with Notepad++ or Visual Studio Code.
But you recommend is Visual Code, right? Because the Notepad++ has many backlash.
I don't mind any way any of
okay.
the programs. So
Okay.
as long as it's not this, okay?
Okay.
You can use any one of those. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry, sir.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Thank you, sir.
You can see my window.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, can I see the question?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay. Now, up to this point. Now, as much as it's available online, but I strongly advise you to use Notepad++ to create your own file. If you get yourself too comfortable with this, I wish you every success in your future undertakings.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay. Mm,
But of course, here in this case, we can see that it is not showing correctly.
yes.
Yes?
Yes.
We'll have a look at another version of answers. Thank you. Alright.
Ni je saya boleh buat.
Notice the color changes.
Yeah.
Notice on line number 7, the color changes.
Color changes.
Yes. So at least by having the color code, something like this, it'll be easier for you to troubleshoot, yeah? So notice on line number 5, you open TR. But line number 7, you close TH instead of closing the TR. That's why the color changes.
Yeah.
There you go. So that TR, TD campus, TD. Okay. Now, by looking at this, you have to remember. Those who are not only to Imran. I'm talking to the whole class, yeah. So not only to Imran. If you look at the question, you will notice that what was it? Jasin, Marbo, and Dungun. Yeah. Jasin, Marbo, and Dungun are in separate row. They are in separate row. Are they not?
Yes, sir.
When they are in separate row, meaning to say you have to put them in separate TR. You cannot combine all the TD together. When you combine all the TD together, you are extending. Basically, you are extending the column. We do not want to extend the column. We want them to go underneath each other. So, make them go in a different row, meaning to say, you have to TR, opening TR, closing TR, opening TR for every TR you put Jasin, Marbo, and Dungun consecutively. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. This is what I created just now. This is what I created just now. HTML, opening HTML, closing HTML. Opening table, closing the table. Now I specify the border to be 1 because if you look at the question, notice there is a stop border around the table, isn't it? And that's why border is set to 1. So opening, closing, opening and closing. Next, we go to the first row, table row. Inside the first row, we create a header, TH, table header. Notice that it spans across 3 different columns. It spans across 3 different columns. First column, second column, and third column. Hence, we have call span equal 3. Next, only we write the text University Technology Mara. We close the TH. Since now we open, then we have to close. Close the TR. Now, move along to the next row. Opening the next row. We have the first part. TD, table data. It expands, notice there, it spans across 3 different rows. Row span equal 3. Alignment is set to center. Instead of left or right, it is set to center. Align center. Now width can be let go. If you do not put with, it's fine. Now we type campus and close that particular TD. That gets to here. Now we move on to the next column. TD width 25, Jasin. Move to the next column. TD row span equal 3, align equal center, width equal 25. By default, alignment is set to left. So we have to specify the alignment to center so that we can move. Now, before we write the rector, if you notice, rector is in italic. Therefore, I put I to denote that it is going to be italic case. So that covers there and there and there for that particular row. Move to the next row. Since that is already filled up, we merely have to fill in merbuk. Close at TD, close at TR. Similarly, for the next line, dungun. Now, close at TR, open another TR, which is here. We are coming to this particular row. Column span. Span the column to 3. Type in contact us. ahref. This is the one that we discussed earlier. Yeah? This is the one that we discussed earlier. ahref, mail to admin at uitm.edu.my. Right, again, for the ahref, and running the code will basically produce something like that. That's the code. And that's the result. Any question?
Sir,
Hmm.
yang row span equal to 3 tu kan,
Mm-hmm.
kenapa letak sebelum rector?
Come again.
Yang row span equals to 3,
Mm-hmm.
kenapa letak sebelum rector?
Ni.
Aha.
Okay.
Kenapa tak letak kat Yasin?
All right. Now, look carefully. Campus and rector. Let's have a look at the question again. Campus and rector are the two cells that spans across 3 columns. Jasin does not span. Okay,
Oh,
understand?
okay.
Eh?
Kalau letak kat campus, sama juga.
Campus.
Oh, campus dah ada.
Ha.
Okay, faham.
Right.
Faham. Okay, sir.
Right. Let's move along to the next question. Yeah, no. Is there any other question?
Ada sir.
Ha.
Yang macam kan ada Jasin mabuk dungun kan.
Aha.
Tu
Jasin
dia
mabuk
punya
dulu.
row tu lain-lain.
First row, second row, third row.
Yang macam yang Jasin kan.
Ha.
Dia dengan campus dengan rektor lah.
Okay, if you remember correctly, when we are working on HTML, we have to go row by row.
Oh.
Yeah, we have to go row by row. First, we go to the first row. First row, which is that. That is the first row.
Yes.
Yeah, the first row. So we specify what's inside the row. All right, that inside the row, we have a column, TH, that spans across 3 different columns, meaning to say we only have 1 column because we span 3 columns. UITM. Next, we move on to the next row. The next row is supposed to be Jasin. Jasin, campus, and rector.
Oh.
So, but campus spans across 3 different rows. That's why we row span equal 3. That covers for all the 3 rows.
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay, now we put in campus. Jasin, on the other hand, does not span the row. So Jasin is just fine like this. The next column is rector. Rector also spans 3 columns. No, sorry, spans 3 rows. And it's in italic and it's in center. So we write that. That finishes basically for Jasin. Campus, Jasin, and rector. That finishes for that particular row. Move on to the next row. When we move to the next row, the first column has been filled because we spent 3 here. That's why for the next row, which is Merbok, we only have 1 TD. The first column has been filled. The last column has been filled. Only the second one has not been filled, which is Merbok. There you go. Similarly for Dungun. Yeah, we move to the next row. Dungun has not been filled, but the first and the last rows, columns have been filled. That's why we only put Dungun. Move to the next row. Move to the next row. Now we span the column. Call span equals 3. And we put the values.
Alright, sir.
Any other question? No? No question. Let's move along to the next question. Can we work on question number 2?
Dah.
It's coming.
Nampak, sir?
Yes.
Saya ada masalah dekat ni, sir. Yang nak A dengan B tu. Lepas tu yang 2 tu bawah tu saya tak tahu lah. Tadi saya tutup kan. Saya tak.
Okay. I know the reason, but I'm not going to tell you the answer just yet.
Yes.
Right? I'm not going to tell you the answer just yet. We'll deal with your answers in a bit. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Now it's coming. This is what we call cheating. Okay? Cheating. This is what we call cheating. Don't do this again ever. So as much as you can basically display something like this, at least you can be certain that for blueberry syrup ingredients, you cannot have the dash sign. Instead, you want to have the circle sign. So in a way, what Imran did earlier was slightly better than what you are coming out right now. Okay?
Okay.
So let's have a look at my answers. Let's see whether you can map this or not. When you were working on OL, I noticed something. You always close the OL. Yeah? Didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Yes? That's why your number did not continue. It will restart. Okay? That's why your number did not continue and it would restart. In this case, notice OL type equal A, meaning to say we want to use the uppercase. So A and B. Now, hold on. We have OL type A. Inside the OL, we have LI. Yeah? Inside the OL, we have LI. Inside this particular LI, we have yet another OL that basically lists down the number. This LI will be transformed into numbers. Okay, Raziman?
Okay, sir.
Not the question doesn't ask you to type in the number. So this is what the question asks you or expects you to do. Li will be changed into number by default. You do not have to specify the number. If you want to change it to numerical or romanized character, then of course you have to specify the type. Notice Li opening here, closing here. OL opening here, closing here. So we see the Li here closes here, but the OL has not been closed just yet. This OL has not been closed. Only this OL has been closed. So after the first Li, we move on to the next Li. After the first Li, we move to the next one. Similarly, 1 Li, 2 Li. Inside this Li, we have an ordered list of type circle. So how many types for UL anyway? Raziman, let me ask you. How many types of UL?
Don't know, sir.
There are 3 types of UL. One is circle. Another one is disc. And the last one is, what is it? Square. Okay. Only 3 types of UL. Circle, disc, and square. What is circle? Circle is the one that you can see like in the question. Yeah. Square is, of course, you have seen square as well. There you go. Ingredients, pancakes. All right. I noticed that you use page 1 header. That is fine. Yeah, acceptable. That is acceptable. That's why I never mentioned about that. But the ordering here should be something like this. So if you get to understand, like here, the basic concept of OL, opening of OL, inside the OL we have list index, list item, list item, list item, list item. Then we have the closing of OL. It's just the same. This is the opening of OL. Inside this OL, we have LI. Opening of LI, closing of LI. Opening of LI, closing of LI. Is this still confusing?
No, sir.
No?
No, sir.
Huh? It looks okay, isn't it?
Yes.
Not that complicated, isn't it?
No, sir.
Okay. Can we see any other related questions? Ooh. In the table, username, password, and password should be password, so it will display that instead of whatever that you type. What else? Role. That should be a drop down list with user and admin, where user can choose whether to log in as what is it? As a user or as an admin. Reset and submit. Just that. Okay? Can we do it now?
Ada keluar?
Yes.
Saya salah ke tak? Salah saya buat
Okay, where's your table?
Tadi.
I specifically asked you to write or to use table. Kan?
Table tapi itu.
So I understand you can do many other ways, but then again, it depends on the question. So that's what you get when you try to copy from somewhere else.
Buat sikit.
Come on. Let's have a look at some other version. Let's request Karen Ikwan, can you please show your screen? There you go. We have table row, right? Okay. Open another TR. We have another TD. We put another TD. Close the TR. We have the role. TR role. So that one is not correct. When it comes to line number 18, then it become a problem. Do you know why? Now, my advice is you have to save first into HTML file. Then only you get colors. Try to save your work to HTML file. Okay, try to save. HTML file, any name, doesn't matter, as long as it's HTML. Then only you have colors. So when it comes to line number 16, that's where you get it wrong. Okay, that's where you get it wrong. And I would strongly advise you to use indentation. Yeah, I would strongly advise you to use indentation. Then it will be easier for you to troubleshoot.
Okay, sir.
Now hold on. Right? It's nearly there, of course. Yeah, I understand. It's nearly there. Although I don't quite agree with your indentation. Why? Notice the option is not on the same indentation. That select is fine. Yeah, make sure that they are not make sure it is still working, but it's just that it makes it a bit difficult to troubleshoot.
Alright, sir.
Okay, so yes, this is, hold on, what happened to TD? That opens a TD, that closes a TD. All right, notice if you, I bet you copied the line, it's fine, but your input on line number 7 did not have the angle bracket, the greater than. That's why your TD becomes red.
Alright, sir.
Okay, if you put the angle bracket the greater than, then TD will become blue again.
Okay, sir.
Then what I'm showing you is the bare basic, the bare backbone. It's not going to work if you were to go and use that on the internet. Not just yet, but merely to what does it do? So The code here is merely to display correctly onto the browser. Table border equal 1 so that I can differentiate between hold on. Okay, table border equal 1, meaning to say I have the border on the outside. It'll be easier to troubleshoot. Next, move on to the next line is to create a new row. So it's the same thing as yours, isn't it? Yeah, this is the same thing as yours.
Yes,
Moving
sir.
on to the next one. Now notice all the TR are aligned together, all the TD are aligned together. Only that when it comes to select, of course you can do. But at least by looking at this, it's easier. It's easier to see, isn't it? So the TD, close that TR, open another TR, reset and submit.
So yang reset dengan submit button ada function ni?
Oh yes.
Oh.
Of course the submit button won't submit. Yeah, the submit button won't submit because I did not specify where to send it to.
Alright.
Okay, but reset generally works. When you type, you reset, it will automatically reset the form.
Okay, sir.
Any question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No question. We'll dismiss the class for now and I'll see you again tomorrow morning, early in the morning at 8 o'clock. So thank you very much and Assalamualaikum.